Hey guys, this is Jessica. Welcome back to my channel, The Retro Farmhouse. It's kind of gloomy out today, but I decided to film outside a little bit for my intro. We're expecting some rain, but of course that's to be expected, especially here in the south where I live. Without all the rain showers, there wouldn't be all the flowers and the garden vegetables and everything else that we're working on right now, so I am a little bit grateful for that. So anyway, I'm just getting into a project today that I wanted to show you guys, where I took a piece that was saved from the dumpster again. I have somebody that's cleaning out a lot of items, so I've been taking some of these items and trying to find ways of how I can repurpose those. So come along with me today and let me show you what I do with this. So I'm not going to reveal just yet what I'm making out of this project today. I obtained these bifold doors from somebody who was throwing these out, and these are probably pretty common closet doors that you probably saw back in the 90s and 80s. And the first thing I wanted to do was disassemble these. So I'm taking my screws out and I'm taking my hinges. And if you're a DIYer like me, I always save all of these because you never know when you're going to be able to use them on a future project. Next, I wanted to measure out these at a little bit over 10 inches. I wanted to make sure I could cut them in between my slots. And I also wanted to be able to incorporate that large wooden piece on the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my circular saw here and I'm just going to cut slightly in on each side so that I'll be able to cut this piece in half. To easily break this apart, I just bend this back and forth. Where I've cut my pieces at, it was really easy to kind of snap this off. And I will also want to do this on the back side as well. This will be the front side of my box, as well as the back side. So here you can see I was able to get 3 pieces for 3 different boxes out of just one panel piece of the doors. And these are the leftover slat pieces I had. I'm gonna take these and break these apart as well because I want to use these for the sides of my boxes. So I'm just gonna take my hammer here and just a couple taps and it usually will snap out of place, and then the rest of them were just easy to pull apart. Next, I'm going to take my mouse sander and I'm just going to sand down some of those rough edges. I'm going to take my 2 leftover pieces that the slats were in and I'm just going to cut those in half so that I have 4 equal pieces. Now I'm taking a drill bit here, and this is called a countersink drill bit. I like using this because you can drill way down in and it gives your screw a place to kind of sit down in so it's not on the surface showing. And so I just ended up screwing all of these little pieces onto the bottom and the top of my box so that it gave it a little bit more shape and security. For my project, I made sure that I was using some outdoor screws just because I know this is going to be in the weather and it's going to be, you know, watered and that sort of thing. So I really wanted this to hold up for a good amount of time. Next, I took my slats and I ended up cutting each one of those in half, and I'm just taking my Gorilla wood glue. This wood glue says it's also good for outdoor use, and I'm just going to put some nails into those slats on the sides all the way up so that this creates a side on both sides of my box here. I want to apply some type of bottom piece onto this so that it also allows for drainage. So I decided to take this scrap piece of chicken wire that I had and staple it to the bottom side of my box. When I did cut this out, I made sure that where the slatted part was on the front side, I left a couple inches. That way I could just fold that in since there wasn't any place I could attach that, and it'll be just fine. And I'll end up putting some plastic lining in this. That way it holds really well and protects it from moisture, and also allows for drainage. You could use many things for this. You could use an old screen window, or I have this other screen type material that would work really well. Just anything that would be okay with having moisture on it. This chicken wire is galvanized, so it does really, really well in outside weather. I went ahead and cut off any of the excess and made sure that I bent my wires back. That way I wouldn't have to worry about them poking me. I wanted to make sure I wiped this down with just a damp cloth so that I got all of the sawdust and everything off of this before I painted it. I ended up painting this in the mint chip color from DIY Paint. I'll leave a link down below where you can get this, as well as a little pixie brush that I like to use to apply this on. I did have to end up putting about 2 coats onto this just to have good coverage, but I love this paint. It's definitely a favorite of mine, and I bought some of the sample jars, and it's definitely enough to do a couple small projects with. So I'm trying to use things that I already have in my stash, and I found these little hooks that I had bought a while back ago at Dollar Tree. They usually come several in a pack, and so what I did was I cut these in half so that one will fit on one side and one will go on the other side of my boards here, and this is going to act as my hook so that I can just hook these over top of my fence. Next, I applied some satin polyacrylic to the outside of these. These are going to be outside, and we get a lot of rain and different things like that, so I really wanted them to be protected. I'm not applying this to the inside because, again, I'm going to be using kind of a plastic piece liner that I'll end up punching some holes in the bottom of them so that it does drain really well, but so that the outside is more protected. If you're going to be planting any type of vegetables or anything in this, maybe try to find a sealer that is better for those type of plants, because you don't want any type of chemicals or anything like that leaking into edible plants. And here's how today's project turned out. I just love the way that these turned out. I think it's probably my new favorite thing right now, especially since I've been doing a lot of gardening, and now I can add some really nice flowers to my landscape that will help also to pollinate my vegetable gardens. And these were really easy to make. I hope that these give you guys some inspiration to just re-look at some different items that you may have, or maybe things that people are putting in the trash or at garage sales, and just figure out how to reconfigure those. I just loved working on this project, and it's definitely going to be adding a nice touch to my backyard. A few things I did discover when I was hanging these: they are much heavier than these hooks can allow. So if you are going to do this project, maybe get a heavier metal hook that will work better for hanging these on your fence. I ended up taking some screws and just screwed that right into the back of my box here. Another little tip I would recommend is to fill the bottom of your box with just some sticks and branches, and then the other half with dirt. That really does help to decrease the weight of these. You guys like today's upcycle video, or trash to treasure video, whichever one you guys like to call that. If you do, don't forget to hit me a like button. I do have quite a few new subscribers, so I really appreciate you guys checking out my channel. And let me know where the new people are from. I know I've done a previous video asking just where some of my other subscribers were from, so if you're a new subscriber, please leave me a comment below and just let me know where you reside. And I appreciate it, guys. Again, everything that you have done as far as commenting. I love talking with you guys, and just don't forget to join us again for our next DIY. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.